It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. We're back, we're back, we're back. And so's he. Da 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 da. When did the black ponies come to Ponyland? Side B. It was 25 to 2 in the afternoon the following day, and the little ponies had not managed to escape. They had hunted every inch of this strange garden, from the bars at the top to the grass on the bottom of the enclosure. The Pegasus ponies flew around, making sure that none of the bars were loose. The Earth ponies, meanwhile, had been pushing the flower pots to one side and checking there wasn't an underground passageway underneath any of them. They'd hunted every inch of the walls around them, looking for a hole that was big enough for them to go through. But there was no way out. No gap big enough for any pony to squeeze through. We can only hope that Mummy or one of the other ponies, or the guinea pigs, notice that we haven't come back, and that they will realise that we've been captured and come and help us, said Desiree. And the guinea pigs had noticed that Desiree and the ponies had not returned. They had thought they'd wake up in the morning and find that their owners and their friends were back, but when they had woken, they had found that nobody was around them. All of the little ponies must have already been awake and out of the bedroom, and now the guinea pigs could not seem to get anybody's attention. But just then, Shady walked into the room. The guinea pigs called out to her, and the little pink pony came trotting over to them. "Are you calling for me?" said Shady. "Yes, we were. Really, I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if any of the other ponies have noticed either, but all of those ponies that went to Nightmareland last night have not returned. And Desiree hasn't returned either, my owner. She's left me in this little hutch, and I can't get home." "Oh, we should have known something like this would happen," said Shady. "Something is always going wrong. Nothing ever goes right for anybody." "We don't want to know about that. What we want to know is how can we help them?" Shady went and told Cupcake, but Cupcake didn't seem too worried. "Oh, I won't worry about them. I'm sure they'll come home. They'll probably come home tonight. After all, they have probably just found something rather exciting and are enjoying reading it or looking at it. They'll come home tonight." "But Desiree told me she was coming home last night. She wouldn't stay out longer than she said she'd stay out. Anyway, she told her mother, Jackie Alder. My owner's mother thinks that my owner is coming back last night. Was coming back last night, I mean. Oh, you know what I mean." "Dodge, I don't think she knows what you're talking about," said Sparkle. "You speak in such a confusing way. What we are saying is that our owner would not let us down. She said she was coming back last night, and so she would have come back last night if she hadn't got into trouble." "And my owner as well," said Twinkle. "My owner would have come back for me. She wouldn't have left me an extra night. After all, my hutch hasn't been cleaned out this morning. And also, I haven't had any salary." "Well, I'll do that for you," said Cupcake. "That is not what I'm saying, Cupcake. Somebody has got to go down to Earth and say that Desiree has not returned. Yes, I will. As soon as I've looked after you, I'll get somebody to go down the rainbow and tell Desiree's parents that she will be back tonight. But as we just said, I doubt that she will. Otherwise she would have been back last night, said Sparkle. Yeah, she wouldn't let us down, you know. And neither would my owner. Or mine. He would have taken me safely back to Paradise Land by now. If they don't come back tonight, then we'll go and look for them tomorrow, said Cupcake. But until then, we'll just go round and tell anybody who knows those ponies, and Desiree of course, that they're not to worry, and that probably their friends or family will be back tonight. Except they won't, said Dodge. I am gonna get out of here, said Kiwi Tart, looking around. There hasn't seemed to be a single way. Look, there are no holes in the wall, and the gaps in between the bars are not big enough for somebody to fly through. I don't think there's any way we're gonna get out of here. But we can't let the black pony win, said Desiree. But what are we gonna do? There's no way out. Oh, come on. There's got to be a way out of here. The question is, how? How are we gonna get out of the state that somehow we've gotten ourselves into? I've searched the entire world, no holes that are not too small. So you got no ideas then, have you? So how are we going to get out of this place? We can't let the black pony win. The door in the wall is closed, and so that means I suppose we can't get out the way we got in. The baby wants us to be his slaves, but how come that we're not? But for it not to be, we'd have to have, you see, a plan to get out we've certainly not got. So how will we ever escape from the black pony? Sadly, there's simply no way. But look above where the door we got through was, and you may find you have something different to say. Because if you look above where the door we got through was, you will find that we might get out today. And all of the ponies looked above where the door they had got through was, and saw a clock on the wall. What good is a clock? Said Kiwi Tart. Is the idea that we can watch the minutes pass until you think somebody will come and rescue us? No, look, said Desiree. There's a little door at the top of the clock. And the door must pop open, a bit like a cuckoo clock, except that that door has got something hidden behind it. Look, something gold sticking out. I reckon that at 6:30 precisely, the door of that clock will open, and there will be something behind that door. Something gold. It could be a key out of the garden. Well, I hope so, as I'm desperate to get back to Paradise Estate. And I'm desperate to get back to Butterfly Island, Showbow added. Well, if we're stuck here until 6:30, then we may as well collect together all of these poor little painted ponies and just see if the paint will come off, said Starlight. And where exactly do you think we should try to wash these ponies? Said Medley. Well, darling, you may have noticed that over there is a bird bath, and we may be able to wash these poor darlings in there, said Rainbow Dash. I don't think any birds have ever used it, because I think they would have been too sensible to come in here, darling. Rainbow Dash looked at Lofty, remembering how she had called them over to the door. Well, you followed me in here, said Lofty. But nobody was listening to her, as they all started to collect up the plastic My Little Ponies, and queued up to put each one in the bird bath. one at a time, just to see if any of the paint would come off. Each pony took the pony who had been painted to look like him or her, and then Desiree looked around and saw that there were still quite a few more. So Desiree picked up these and took them to the bird bath. The paint did start to wash off. Gradually, all of the ponies went back to who they had originally been. They included some very rare plastic My Little Ponies, and so Desiree supposed that either the helpers of the Black Pony of Darkness who had painted these didn't care about value, which didn't seem likely when she remembered that Rob Woolley was one of the helpers, or they didn't know much about plastic ponies, which didn't seem likely when she knew quite well that Ashley Vermilio was one of the Black Pony's helpers, and she was also a My Little Pony collector. So there was another puzzle. Desiree put the last pony into the bird bath, one who had been painted to look like Cherry's Jubilee. When she washed the paint off though, she found something underneath that surprised her. The pony had already been painted in another layer of paint. Another layer of paint which did not come off so easily. Although it did come off when Desiree started to scratch at it. But she didn't want to get the paint off immediately, because this pony had been painted as the Black Pony of Darkness. But if these had been painted by one of the Black Ponies, or their helpers, they didn't want a black pony to be a slave, did they? If these were painted by the helpers, who were supposedly helping the Black Pony, why would they paint one of their ponies, which Desiree had been guessing were to look like ponies they would like to be their slaves, as a black pony? Unless, in fact, the Black Ponies were the helpers' helpers. Surely not. Then something amazing happened. Desiree began to wash off this coat of paint. She scratched off each little bit of it, and then part of the grass flew up. 3 of the ponies who had been standing on top of it, Gusty, Fizzy and Lickety-Split, were thrown into the air and landed by a flower pot a little way away. A pit under the ground had been uncovered, and inside was the box that Desiree used to get in. The box which had folded up in the rainbow when she had thought she would never be able to go to Ponyland again. The box that used to transport her to Ponyland when her guinea pig Bubbles turned the key in the lock. Also inside was the bell she used to ring when she wished to come home, and the necklaces that the guinea pigs had used to have to wear to speak before they had found that they could speak anyway. And the biggest surprise of all, when they moved the box out of the way, they saw around 300 plastic My Little Ponies and cans of black paint, together with 1 can of red paint and 1 can of white paint. And they also found a rolled up piece of paper tied up with string. The pots of paint were inside carrier bags, and the ponies began to unwrap the paint and put the plastic My Little Ponies, who had not been painted like the ones around the garden, in these carrier bags. They then put several of the carrier bags inside the box, and without thinking, Desiree turned the key. Immediately, there was a loud rustling noise, and they hurriedly opened up the box, and lots of ponies came pouring out of it, the size of plastic My Little Ponies, but now they were all alive. "Oh, we really must get away from here," said Good Weather, one of the ponies who had been put inside the box. "I know. I don't know how we can possibly have stayed down that hole so long," said a So Soft Magic Star. "Thank you for helping us," said a So Soft Lickety Split, "but now we really must get away from here. Except we would like to help you defeat that horrible black pony. And we overheard you speaking. We overheard you saying that you wanted to get rid of him. Now, if you want to get rid of him, we would be quite willing to help, and all of the other plastic My Little Ponies would be too." "I certainly would," said Baby Jangles, looking up at them. "And me," said Baby Noddins. Lots of other little ponies jumped forward and began cantering around the ponies, whilst asking, could they possibly help defeat the black pony? "Well, we'd love it if you could help, but I don't actually know what you could do," said Truly. "We've not been able to defeat him, so I doubt that you could." "He doesn't know that we can come to life," said an Italian Blossom. "No," said an Italian Sunlight, "and so he has just been speaking while he was around us. He said there was something he didn't like, but I don't remember what," said a plastic My Little Pony that Desiree knew as Flower Dream. "Something long and thin, I remember thinking. And I remember thinking that my old owner used to have a green one, but I don't know what it was." All of the ponies agreed that they had forgotten as well. "But if you'll allow us to come back with you," said a little peachy pony, "then we will try and help. And I know that a lot of ponies who went to the rescue home will try to help as well. A lot of your ponies, Desiree. All of them would love to help," said a little Bright Eyes pony. "I know that. I know that at least one of your Magic Hat ponies, Desiree, is desperate to help. I was for sale on the same stall as her at Croydon Multi-Story Car Park boot sale. David Alder left me there, and I almost got customised. So, if you would give us a home at your rescue home, we would gladly help all of you." And so Desiree agreed that she would. "There are 3 more of those boxes round the corner. Ones that I believe..." A little Kiss Curl pony looked at Truly. "I believe that you sent to Mary Cluckton, Ashley Vermilio and Eleanor Glastonbury when you believed that they would help you, before they became Black Pony helpers." "Oh yes, of course. We did send them boxes. We ought to take those off of them. That way, they can't cause any harm with them." Well, if you would all get inside the boxes, then we can easily carry you back home, if we can escape," said Desiree. "And then you can live at the rescue home. And then you won't be customised." "Well, Do you think that we should bring the other ponies to life? Said Pinkie Pie. Do you think they would like that? Oh yes, they would. They are desperate to be able to move around, said Jazzy, the roller skating pony. And once they can move, they feel they can run away if somebody tries to customize them. Yes, said Desiree. At least then, they would be able to fight back. And so they quickly put all of the ponies into the 4 boxes they had and brought them to life. Now, said Desiree, if we can escape at 6:30, we can begin to plan how we are going to stop the Black Pony of Darkness and the rest of the Black Ponies and their helpers and the rats once and for all. The clock was running slow, although the ponies did not know it, and so it was actually 10 to 7 when the clock finally reached 29 minutes past 6. There are 15 seconds left to go. The seconds ticked by until finally it reached 6:30. The door at the top of the clock flew open and a golden key lay at the top. It was on a rainbow-coloured ribbon. Lofty flew up and managed to push the key out of the little doorway, just in time. The door slammed shut, but as the key fell, it almost fell straight into the wishing well at the side of the garden, just below the clock. But luckily, Lancer managed to grab the key before it flew down into the deepest depths of the well, where they never could have reached it. The pony gave it to Desiree, who examined the key carefully. The question is, Desiree said, where is the keyhole? All of this happened very quickly, and it was just then that the door on the clock closed. And then a sound came floating from the sky. Did you really think you could escape from me by simply taking the key? Did you think I would just let you escape from me? White Pony and Pony Who's Blue, Yellow Pegasus and the rest of you too. You will never escape. No, none of you. You've got into the Garden of Fear. And now you are here. Yes, now you are here. You will never escape. Escape from me and my helpers and rats and friends, you see. Because we want to use you as slaves. There are none of your friends who you can ask to save you from us with our paintbrushes and paint pots. Because believe me, that paint we use a lot. And the next ones we'll use it on are our next slaves. Our next slaves. And what fun! What fun! This will be a very special day. A very special one. You have just 5 minutes to find the keyhole before it disappears forever. That is your goal. Find the keyhole before it disappears. But you'll never find it. Not in a million years. And then the noise stopped. Just 5 minutes, said Desiree. And he knows what we're doing now. The ponies quickly split up and started searching the garden, because nobody had thought to look at where the door had originally been, and realised that there wasn't, in fact, a keyhole. from this side of the wall. The keyhole must be somewhere else. Suddenly, a pony shouted out that they had found it. It was in the side of the large tree, in the middle of the garden. They quickly got Desiree to turn the key in the lock, and a door sprang open on the tree, leading to a dark passage. The ponies, of course, had to drag those huge boxes full of plastic My Little Ponies who had come to life down the hole. So would they all get down there in 5 minutes, when they were sure the black pony would make certain that the door was shut, and that nobody could ever leave through that exit again? 5 minutes later, though, the last few ponies were entering the dark tunnel. Once they were down there, they found that it was a huge maze, and the maze was full of rats. The maze, however, was through a glass door, meaning that at the moment it was sealed off from them, and you needed that key to unlock the door. Desiree quickly found that she could lock the door in the tree. She hoped that the black pony did not have a second key like it, which meant, at the moment, they were locked in this little room, and they would stay there for the night, and then try to get through the maze. Suddenly, Pinkie Pie called out,
"Look, this room is bigger than it appears to be. If we knock down this wall, we can see there's another room exactly like it. And look, there is a glass window in that one as well. So you can see through to the maze. If you just look through this little crack, you'll be able to see what I mean. Do you think we should break down this wall? And then we'll be able to see the entire maze from the side. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to just walk straight through it."
"No, I don't think we should. In fact, I think we ought to block in that crack," said Desiree.
Yes, because, she's right. Because we don't actually know what that room on the other side of that wall is linked to, do we? The black ponies may have access to it. Yeah, so I believe we ought to fill in that crack.
And so they got some mud off of the ground and filled in the crack. It was very dark in the room below the ground underneath that tree, but they would stay there for the rest of the night. After all, there was a blue light over the top of the maze. It cast an eerie glow round the little tiny room. But at least they could see each other in the gloom. They pushed the 4 boxes of plastic My Little Ponies, who they had turned into non-movable plastic ponies again, by turning the key the other way, obviously, into the corner of the room. And that meant that some of the ponies could climb on top of the boxes and escape from the muddy ground. So the ponies decided that they would take it in turns throughout the night to get off of the muddy ground and sit on top of the boxes. Desiree perched on the edge of the largest box, the box which had been sent to her, and wondered how her guinea pigs were, and also how her parents were. Luckily, our little pony had gone down the rainbow earlier that day, although she didn't know it. In fact, it was Cherry's Jubilee. She had managed to get Jackie Alder's attention by knocking on the back door, and luckily had not taken Cupcake's message correctly. She had thought that Cupcake had said that Desiree would not be back until tomorrow night, the 9th of June, and so that's what she told Desiree's mother, Jackie Alder. So Jackie Alder was not worrying about Desiree. She just thought that she was with her pony friends, which of course Desiree was. But what Jackie Alder did not know was that Desiree was under the ground in Nightmare Land, hoping that tomorrow they could fight their way through a maze of rats all the way back home without being caught by one of the black ponies or their helpers. It was at 2:20 the following afternoon that the ponies finally decided that they would have to make their way through the maze. The black ponies and his helpers had not got another key the same as the one Desiree now held. They had been banging on the tree trunk all night, trying desperately to get in, although luckily they had not succeeded. At one point they had seemed so angry that the ponies had escaped that the MLPs thought that they may even cut the tree down to get to them, but they didn't. And now the black ponies and his helpers appeared to have given up. Desiree unlocked the door to the maze, and the ponies slowly stepped inside, making as much noise as they could, hoping to scare the rats away. Unfortunately, it didn't really work, and the rats were still running backwards and forwards between the ponies and Desiree and the boxes full of plastic MLPs. They had worried that in the faint blue light they would not be able to find their way round the maze, but they were very glad to find that they had been wrong about this, and that before long they had got through the entire maze and were coming out into another tunnel. This tunnel led to another door. Desiree opened up the door using the very same key, and they found themselves just outside the walls of Nightmare Land. They had escaped. Desiree was just about to shut the door in the tree and lock the door when Lancer rushed forward. "Don't shut it yet, Desiree. Look, there's a piece of paper on the ground." Desiree leant down and picked up the piece of paper. It was a page of a diary, which belonged to Eleanor Glastonbury, it said at the top of the page. In damp, some of it had washed off, but quite a lot of it was still readable, enough to answer one of the ponies' questions. The ponies took it in turns to read out a line each, and the rest of the ponies listened very carefully. 15th of May, 1996. Today at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I walked out into my garden,
And I found a box. Inside the box was a little parcel. Also, I found a pony, a plastic My Little Pony, to add to my collection.
It was my favorite little pony, the pony known as Surprise.
A little white Pegasus with balloons as her symbol.
There was a piece of paper also included inside the box,
And it says that she read the piece of paper and it told her to lock Surprise in the box.
the pony came to life. And when I got her back out of the box,
She told me that if I got in luck, I would be able to transfer you to her end. is exactly what I did.
I listened to what the ponies had to say, but I'm not sure that I'll be able to help them.
Especially since I don't feel like it. Somehow, I don't feel connected to the ponies now, and in fact, I feel that I'd rather be helping this black pony creature who is fighting against them.
I made several friends, other people that the ponies have got to try and help them, but Mary Clarkton has got to be my best friend. She says that she saw the black pony in the Black Mountains earlier today.
And she's decided that she
has also got more in common with the black pony.
We have decided that we are going to share out our plastic My Little Ponies,
our doubles that is,
and customize them to look like black ponies. And we are going to join the black ponies side.
There's not much else written after that, and certainly not much of any interest to us, darlings, said Rainbow Dash.
You could try turning the piece of paper over,
said Galaxy. Just make sure there's nothing written on the other side.
17th of May 1996. It says, today me and Mary painted some of our ponies to look like the black ponies. We have decided that we will help them. After that, all of the writing's been smudged and I can't read it.
There's only one little bit that I can read after that. It says, it was written on May the 15th, 2002.
Let me read this last one,
said Magic Star. But Scrumptious took it off of her. It says that today we actually managed to capture the something which has been washed off, and the something. We went down to somewhere today and captured something, put it in a something, and somethinged it. It didn't like it one bit, but we did it anyway. And then the page cuts off. Well, we'll take it with us anyway. We'll put it in this little book, where we got all the facts about the black ponies. But I think now we ought to get home before the black ponies catch up with us. And so all of the ponies and Desiree ran back to their own homes. Desiree went to Paradise Estate first, of course, and picked up her guinea pigs, who were very happy to see her. She promised them that she would get them some cucumber and celery as soon as they got down the rainbow. She explained to her mother where she'd been when she got down the rainbow, and Jackie Alder was very surprised, because of course, as we know, Cherry's Jubilee had told her that Desiree wouldn't be back until the following night. That was tonight. And she hadn't even known that Desiree was in any danger at all. All of the ponies in the boxes had gone back to Paradise Estate. The ponies had left them as plastic models, and had decided that they would bring them back to life when Desiree next came up the rainbow tomorrow, and see if they could help with this pony mystery. It was almost 20 to 3 in the afternoon, and the black ponies and their helpers and the rats were all sitting round in a big room in the Black Pony of Darkness's castle. They were all very annoyed that the ponies had got away, because they had already worked out that they could have had one pony each. That's all of the ponies and all of the helpers could have had one of those ponies each. leaving 6 between the rats. Each of them had already decided what they were going to get their slaves to do all day. And now that they had found that the boxes full of plastic ponies were gone as well, they were even more angry with the ponies, because they wouldn't even be able to enjoy painting those. "Mind you, that doesn't matter," said Mary Clutton. "I can soon get some more off of the internet for us to paint. They're easy to come across. I especially like to get good condition ones, because then we can ruin the ones that the pony collectors would actually like to have." And all of the black ponies and rats began to laugh, rolling around on the floor, laughing and laughing and laughing, as though what Mary had just said was the funniest thing in the world. "But," said the Black Pony of Darkness, "we can't get real ponies off of the internet. The only way to get them is by capturing them." "Well then, we'll just have to get some, won't we?" said Mary. "Yes, I will get some for us. I will capture another 50 little ponies and get those plastic ponies back." And all of the ponies laughed again. When Desiree came up the rainbow the following day, the ponies had already decided not to bring the plastic ponies to life on the 10th of June, because Dodge said that the 11th of June was a lucky day. "And so," he added, "we will have far more luck with these plastic ponies if we bring them to life tomorrow." "All right," said Desiree, "I'll come up tomorrow, on the 11th of June, a Saturday." "I only hope that you're right, Dodge, and that the 11th of June is a lucky day, and that these ponies can help us by solving all of our mysteries." The ponies had agreed to meet Desiree in Ponyville on the 11th of June, the following day. When she arrived at the Celebration Castle, she heard music playing inside. And when she got in there, she found that June Blossom was handing out presents to everybody who had a birthday in June. While this was going on, her Truly Lancer and Lofty loaded the plastic ponies into the boxes and brought them to life. The ponies said that they would try to help them by all attacking the Black Pony of Darkness and the other black ponies, of course, together, hoping that the number of them would put him off of coming to Ponyland forever. That had been the plastic ponies' plan. They said that if Desiree could get the ponies from her rescue home to help as well, there would be quite enough ponies to put the Black Pony off of coming for good. June Blossom finished handing out all of the presents and cards to all of the ponies who had a birthday in June, when suddenly one of the Black Pony's helpers ran forward. It was one of the two who they didn't know the names of, the man. He told June Blossom that it was actually his birthday today, and that he deserved a present if all of the ponies were getting them. But she told him that no Black Pony helper would receive a present off of the ponies, and called out for help, hoping that somebody would be able to capture him and put him in prison before he went and told the Black Pony something about where the ponies were all gathering in Celebration Castle for this special birthday present ceremony. But the man had already run off by the time anybody even realised he was there.
There was that suspicious-looking one from the photograph, where the Dalmatian's looking at him round the building, you know,
said Dodge.
Yes, of course I remember, Dodge,
said Twinkle.
We really must find out who those helpers are, you know. Yes, but how are we going to figure it out?
Well, we're going to solve all of our mysteries, said Desiree. And now that the plastic ponies have agreed to help, I think that we can defeat the black pony. Suddenly, June Blossom called out that she'd found a piece of paper. All of the ponies gathered round to read it. Helper number 21SN delivered this without knowing it. Black Pony first came to Ponyland on the 15th of May 1996. I hope this is of help to you and that one day all of our nightmares will wash away. CLM.
It's that strange CLM character again,
said Dodge. One day we'll know who he is as well, said Desiree. And all of the ponies agreed that they thought that one day all of their mysteries would be solved.